Hey guys, how's it going? Today we will be going over how to solve quadratic equations, this time using the quadratic formula. Alright, so go ahead and copy this box down and I'll be with you in a minute. Alright guys, so you've been solving quadratic equations for, I don't know, over a month now. You've been doing it in different ways. One of the ways is by taking square roots on both sides. One of the ways is by factoring and setting everything equal to 0. One of the ways you've been solving quadratic equations is by completing the square, okay? This quadratic formula that you're going to use today is kind of like the one-stop shop, okay? This guy will work for every single type of quadratic equation you have, okay? It's not going to be the easiest method to use though, okay? This method we'll use for every single type of quadratic equation you have, but again, it's not necessarily the best method or the easiest method to use, okay? But this is how we're gonna do it. Whenever you have a quadratic equation, you're going to identify your A, B, and your C. So here we have A equals 3, B equals, what is B? And C equals, what is C? You guys find those, okay? All right, good. B is 5 and C is -2. So now all you have to do is sing a pretty little jingle. It goes, X equals opposite B plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4 times AC all over 2a. Okay, and that's all you have to do. Watch this, I'll sing. Ready? X equals opposite b, well b is 5, so opposite b is -5, plus or minus the square root of b squared, well 5 squared, that's 5 times 5, that's 25. B squared minus 4 times a, that's 3, times c, that's -2, all over 2 times a, which is 3. Okay? So singing the song really helps. You're going to have to know that for your test or your quizzes, whatever we have coming up. So just be ready for that. I'm going to have everybody in a sound booth with a microphone, and part of your grade is going to be singing it on key, okay? All right, good luck with that. Here we go. So X equals, we have -5 plus or minus the square root of something all over 2 times 3 is 6. Notice what I did? I just copied everything down exactly as the step above, but I just left this blank, okay? Now, all you have to do is take this bad boy, right? Take this bad boy, turn it on, clear whatever's there because you don't need the distractions, and you're going to enter exactly what you see right here. I see a 25, okay? Take away 4, parentheses, 3, parentheses, -2, parentheses, and I hit enter and I get 49. Isn't that great? So that's what I'm going to put right here. This turns into a 49. All right. Use this every time because this part right here is where everybody screws up. I've been teaching this forever and this is where everyone screws up, okay? But not you, because you've got a calculator. All right, here we go. X equals, oops, sorry, I messed that one up. X equals -5, okay, plus or minus, well, what's the square root of 49? Okay, look at your list. That is 7, okay, all over 6, okay. And here we go. X equals, now it's -5 plus 7, -5 plus 7 over 6, and X equals -5 minus 7 over 6. Did you catch that? -5 plus 7 over 6, and -5 minus 7 over 6. So I wrote them both, okay? So X equals, well, -5 plus 7, that's 2 over 6, and X equals Negative 5 minus 7, that's negative 12 over 6. Okay? And now all you have to do is simplify that. X equals, well, 2 goes into 2 once and into 6 3 times, so this is 1/3. Okay? And x equals negative 12 divided by 6, that's negative 2. So there are my two answers for you. Like I said, the quadratic formula will work every single time, but look at that work. That's a lot, isn't it? All right, so we're going to do a couple more examples. All right, before we do that, we need to remember what our perfect squares are. All right, so I'm just going to write them down again. It's 144, 121, 100, 81, 64, 49, 36, 25, 16, 9, 4, and 1. Okay, so those are our perfect squares, all right? And we're going to use them on the next example. Here we go. Example. We have 6x squared minus 3 equals 0. All right, here we go. A equals, B equals, and C equals. What is A? Good job, it's 6. What is B? Nope, it's not negative 3. There's no x term, so B is 0. And C is your negative 3. All right, so here we go. X equals opposite B plus or minus the square root of B squared minus 4 times AC all over 2A. Okay, so here we go. X equals, that's 0. You don't even need it, okay? If it's 0, just let it go. So we have plus or minus the square root all over 2 times 6 is 12. Okay, and now here we go. Take our calculator, right? Clear that. You don't need the distractions. We have 0 squared, which is just 0. You can write a 0 if you want. Watch, 0. And then it's minus 4. Then it's parentheses 6. Then it's parentheses negative 3. And what do you get? 72. So that's what goes in there, 72. All right, now we got to take the square root of 72. So what am I going to divide 72 by? Start with 144. Too big. 121. Too big. 100. Too big. Too big. It's not too big. Try it. 72 divided by 64. We got a decimal. That's not going to work. Try divided by 49. 72 divided by 49. Nope, decimal. Try divided by 36. So 72 divided by 36. I got a good feeling about this one. Yeah, it's 2. Look at that. Okay, so here we go. X equals plus or minus the square root of 72 becomes the square root of 36 times 2. Okay, so this is a 36 times a 2 all over 12. All right. And here we go. X equals plus or minus the square root of 36, the square root of 2, all over 12. And x equals plus or minus, now the square root of 36, that is 6, times the square root of 2, all over 12. Okay? And now all you have to do for the very last step is notice this 6 and this 12. 6 goes into 6 one time and into 12 two times. So this becomes x equals plus or minus 1 radical 2, or just radical 2, over 2. All right, we're going to do one more. See if you guys can do this. Here we go. Example, last one, promise. I'm not trying to torture you guys. Here we go. 3x squared plus 2x minus 9 equals 0. All right. So here we go. What's A, what's B, and what's C? All right, A is 3, B is 2, and C is negative 9. All right, sing your song. X equals opposite B plus or minus the square root of B squared. Well, 2 times 2, 2 squared is 2 times 2, that's 4. B squared minus 4 times A, C, all over 2a, right? All right, copy it down again. X equals -2 plus or minus the square root, leave it blank, okay, all over 2 times 3 is 6, okay. All right, now let's plug that into your calculator. Ready? Clear it. You got a 4 minus 4 parentheses 3 and a -9. Push enter. That's 112. Okay. So 112. All right, let's use our list. Ready? 112 divided by 144, too big. 121, too big. 100, let's try it. 112. 112 divided by 100. Nope, that's a decimal. Let's try 81. 112 divided by 81. That's a decimal. Let's try 64. 112 divided by 64. That's a decimal. Try 49. 112 divided by 49. Nope, decimal. Try 36. 112 divided by 36. That's a decimal. 112 divided by 25. A decimal. Oh my gosh, I don't think we're going to hit it. 112 divided by 16. Hey, there it is. It's 7. Okay, so here we go. X equals -2 plus or minus the square root of, now 112, that was the 16 times 7. So put a 16 times a 7. All over 6. Here we go. X equals -2 plus or minus. That's just separate them. So square root of 16, square root of 7. All over 6. And here we go. X equals -2 plus or minus. Square root of 16 is 4. Okay, times the square root of 7. Just leave it. All over 6. And here's the best part. Well, it's not the best part. It's the last part, which always confuses people. This and this and this, the -2, the plus or minus 4, and the 6, all have what in common? That's right, they all have a 2 in common. So -2 divided by 2, that's a -1, okay? 4 divided by 2, that's 2. 6 divided by 2, that's 3. So my final answer is X equals -1 plus or minus 2 radical 7 all over 3. And that's it. Whew. Good luck, guys. Hope that was helpful. I will see you soon. Peace.